Hey everybody, this is Francesco Abbruzzino with the Uncensored Report. Just want to talk a little bit how the surveillance state, something that I hit a lot of times with all the cameras everywhere, especially here in my own little city, and people say, oh, what do you care if you got nothing to hide? And just to reiterate, my comment back to them is, then great, let me come and watch you as you take a shower. You got nothing to hide. Or leave your curtains open and let me watch you as you sit and go about business in the house. And it's not going to change, or will it change? And that's the question. I don't think it is. When Trump comes in, will he change things? He's already said he wants to go back to that old courier approach where basically everything's on paper because everything can be hacked and he doesn't trust the system. So he wants to go back to this old system of using paper to transmit sensitive data. If he will, I don't know. I don't think it's the end though. NSA, they got this huge facility. I was reading this article out there by Mike Slavo, basically talking about it's old news, but he reiterated it today about the $50 billion facility that's out in Denver, and actually I think there's a few, and it collects all your data, and it's not going to be shut down anytime soon. If you go back and you look at Edward Snowden, and he basically exposed clearly that the government has followed what many individuals like Petraeus has said about the glowing Internet of Things, the yellow brick road that's to form and basically integrate all the merchants with their cameras, all the law enforcement, all the cities with their cameras out here saying it's for your own security. We're going to watch you at the Centennial Park or the South Jetty. Merge it all these CCTVs, these closed circuit TV systems, put them all together, tie them all together. The data is going to be collected, and then it's going to be accessed whenever they want at a later time. Sure, they're going to make promises that they won't access it, but we all know how government promises go. So can you utilize services like cellular phones, your laptops, this camera that I'm looking into now, without the government coming in and utilizing these devices to spy upon us? And the answer is no. They want to track your every movement. They want to record your every conversation. They basically want to go see what you're out there and what you're doing. And that this isn't something that's gonna take place. This is something that is taking place. It's here. It's now. It's happening. These developments have evolved over time. They basically have bypassed our awareness of it. The dumbed down America. We haven't been conscious of what's been going on. As time rolls on, we become insulated to these actions, and we're not seeing the outcry out there because people just aren't. They don't care. They're not aware of it. I don't know what the issue is. A lot of times I'll put this information out, and they say, "What do I care?" They care more about Real Housewives of the New York or whatever the heck that is than the fact that you're being spied upon. They care more about this than the fact that our internet grid was given up. If you just look at that, back in October, just before the elections, Obama signed off where the UN basically comes in and controls our internet. And it's extremely significant. We transferred the power over to them. Now you're seeing more and more where they want to squash or put controls in place on the internet. That whole fake news thing that they've been pushing, this propaganda that, alternative news is pushing out fake news, and then alternative said, okay, we're going to push back. And they started illustrating all the times that the mainstream media has been putting out fake news, which is real interesting. So the icon, they have that, and now they control it. It's basically in the hands of the UN, which is basically managed by multinational conglomerates out there that are going to control or try to control the content. Now you have legislation that's now being pushed to try to combat the disinformation, false information. Basically, it's like Project Mockingbird all over again, where the CIA or the government, whichever entity, is going to come in there and control the internet and what can be communicated, the news, and determine which is propaganda, which is not. And they're targeting independent sites because they don't like how independent news has such control over the agenda during the political election season. That's not a good thing. And the UN doesn't like it. A lot of these people, like Germany, is putting huge fines against Facebook for fake news, what they deem to be fake news. So here you go. You have people like Obama. He's had this 8-year ride, basically out there. He's gone unchecked, unstopped. His term started to expire. And you got this paradigm shift that's out there that Mike talked about. And will Trump continue with it? Or will he change course? A lot of people believe he will change course. If not, take it at a slower pace. And like I said, I don't think you can change the course. I think this beast is too big. The U.S. is still pointed in the direction of losing our national sovereignty. We do that with saying things like giving up the internet. We're heading towards this global governance. And the angle of descent is not too steep. Or the speed. If you think about it, the speed isn't going to go too fast. They don't want the public awareness to catch eye of it. So there's going to be a little lull. It's going to take some years. They're going to do this over time, where they're going to slowly continue to take away your rights through this surveillance state. And if we're not vigilant, if we don't stay on top of this machine, this beast, this creation, it'll continue to tighten. It'll proceed towards that ultimate goal of global alliance, global governance. And it's not too much that giving the people what they want is making believe that they're getting what they want. If the people believe they're getting what they want, we're getting security. Oh, and if that's what you want to believe, great, and we'll continue to grow the surveillance state. Bush and Obama laid this groundwork, this surveillance state, which Snowden exposed. They trumpeted it up big time after 9/11, all in the name of our security. And it's still lurking out there. You know, where we will be at the end of Trump's term, be it 4 or 8 years, I don't know. I know the beast will still be out there. I know that the globalists will be out there trying to influence them. And we'll just have to wait and see. But you got to stay vigilant. When your city like mine came up and said, "Oh, we want surveillance cameras out here to keep you safe." How's this camera that's sitting at a park keeping me safe if it's not real time? The data's not real time at all, and then it's going in some room where some guy in a back office at a utility company is the one that accesses it, so he can watch it whenever he wants. Who knows what he sees? It's not keeping me safe. What, you might find out who the guy is that robbed me? Good luck with that. We've seen too many times where that doesn't really happen. So this has been Frankie Abbruzzino with the scoop, with the Uncensored Report. I get them mixed up. Remind you, stay vigilant. Remember when they say it's for your safety? Question the government, because they have ulterior motives. Everybody have a good night.